Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the New York Mets taking on the Houston Astros. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this.
Houston Astros.
Just about set to go. And on the hill in this one, Lance McCullers Jr.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working. But if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Since debuting in 2019, no player in the majors has hit more homers than Pete Alonso. And that's in the dirt. Packed house here at Dyken Park. Outside.
Ball.
And that's ball 3.
We got a full count.
This one in the air right field. Leon makes the catch, and there's one gone. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. 1 out, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
So, man aboard. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 and 2.
Lindor stands at first with 1 out. Pitch misses there, and the count's even at 2. McCullers will move to first.
Nope, too late.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Lindor around second, headed for third. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Absolutely punished that pitch. Wasn't fooled in the slightest. 109 off the bat. I think that means you put a pretty good swing on it.
Jeff McNeil stands in. In for a strike, and it's 1 and 2. Here comes a pitch.
2-2.
This one in the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. In the air, right center. This is mashed way back and gone. A 3-run shot. His first homer of the year, and they take the lead. It's 3-0. 1 down. Starling Marte up to hit. That clips the corner.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone. Brett Beatty will hit next. 2 down, nobody on. And it's fouled away. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
Everything came together for him. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Now here is Luis Torrens.
Ball.
That one misses. And it's
2 balls, 1
2-1.
strike.
Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Myers pulls it down, and that is that. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here, a 3-run homer. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Houston, and today's starter, Jose Butto.
Well, they're going with the opener in this one, so this is an interesting look. He's probably only going to pitch an inning, maybe 2 at the most, and it's going to be unconventional. I think he's going to pitch backwards, more off speed, and then fastballs late.
Jose Altuve up to hit here. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. And there's a foul ball. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. And now it's Christian Walker. And he can't come up with it. Still finds a way to get off a throw, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay. 2 down, base is empty. And stepping in for the Astros, Victor Caratini. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2 outs. Struck him out looking. Top of the second, and now it's Jose Siri. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. That misses the zone.
Down.
Now
Ball.
3-1.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Man at first, nobody out. So now here's the Mets DH,
Full count.
Tyrone Taylor. Still in the second, already at 44 pitches, so some concern there. And a swing and a miss. 1 away. Here's Pete Alonso. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
McCullers a move to first.
Oh, he's safe.
Siri back on a dive. The 1-1.
2-1.
In the dirt. And that's downstairs. And that's ball 3. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in. Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
First and second, 1 out. And now it's Frankie Lindor. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Coming home. He'll score. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Comes through with the RBI. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Now here is Brandon Nimmo.
That's the ball.
In the dirt, but no advance from the runners. Runners at the corners, 1 away here on opening day. In the air, left field, down the line. And that's a foul ball.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
That one missing inside. Hammers that one. Curling down the line and foul. Traffic on the bases with one already in here at the top of the second. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. One run across, and it hits the top of the wall. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The relay throw. Head first slide, and he's safe. And it's now a 6-run lead.
Love how he became a really tough out with two.
And Framber Valdez into the game. And he has some nasty breaking stuff.
Framber Valdez.
One out, runner at second. And now here's Jeff McNeil. This one in the air. Altuve brings it in. And there are 2 down. Here's Starling Marte.
Up next for the Mets, right fielder Starling Marte.
Nimmo at second with 2 down. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Gets it there in time, though, and they do get the out. Back here at Dyken Park singing. These fans are used to watching good baseball. The Astros won the AL West last season for the 4th year in a row.
Yeah, they kept the division run alive, but their streak of 7 straight appearances in the ALCS was snapped.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
88 wins last year was enough for another Astros division title, though.
Yeah, that surprised me, Boog. Turns out the AL West was the only division with a champion that won less than 90 games.
That's not a high number, especially with teams like the Rangers and Mariners in the same division. My guess is it takes more than 88 wins to take home the division crown this year. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 and 2's the count.
That's off the inside corner, and that's ball 2.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. 2 outs, base is empty. Isaac Paredes up next for the Astros. Next offering is in for a strike. And there's a ball. Got him swinging. And he strikes out the side for the 2nd time today. Back here in Houston, now the third baseman, Brett Beatty.
Brett Beatty.
The 1-1. Swinging a foul straight back. Fights that one away, still 1 and 2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. Luis Torrens now at the plate. On the ground, and it stays fair.
All over that one right there. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
And now Jose Siri. And that skips in the dirt. He swings and fouls one off. Swing and a ball drilled center field. Myers under it and puts the squeeze on that one. 2 down. And now the DH, Tyrone Taylor.
Hitter, Tyrone Taylor.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Torrens off of first with 2 away. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Back here at Dyken Park, and here is Jake Myers.
Jake Myers.
He's one of those Dave McCarty, Mark Carrion, Ricky Henderson types. Throw left, bat right.
You make a note of those guys because it's just different. It's like, man, you're left-handed, but you hit right-handed.
Marte under it, corrals it, and there's 1 down. Now at the plate, Pedro Leon.
Right fielder, Pedro Leon.
Line drive, that's a base hit into right field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
That's the ball.
The next offering misses. 3-1 now. And that drops in for a strike. Man at first, 1 away. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Now
so the Houston lineup turns over. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. Altuve started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and no swing, says Joe McDonald. That one missed. Next offering is in for a strike.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
That one 95 to finish him off. And we're back. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
Pete Alonso.
Fought off foul. That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Gets a piece and stays alive. Comes a 2-2. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Stays alive. And he grounds one back up the middle on to first. And that takes care of Alonso. Here's Francisco Lindor. For Lindor being drafted out of Montverde Academy, he's a guy that's turned into one of the best all-around players in the game. The shortstop takes the ball.
2 balls, 1 strike. 3-1.
Base is empty, one away here on opening day. Right through there for a strike.
Count is full.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. 2 down, base is empty. Stepping in, Brandon Nimmo. Not even close there. 2-1. And that drops in for a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just
a swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning. And here's the first baseman, Christian Walker. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. Siri in position. Nabs it, and there's one down. Vic Caratini at the plate. The Mets up big in this one. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Just missed.
They can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Steps on first for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Mauricio Dubon. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
1-2's the count.
Cut on and miss, struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Back here in Houston, ready now for the 5th inning. And stepping in for New York, Jeff McNeil. Check swing, and he went. And that is strike 2.
1-2.
Breaking ball misses down and away. And it remains 2-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off. And next for the Mets, Starling Marte. Not close with that one. Ball 2. Ground ball right side. He takes it on his own. And the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th. Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty. 2 down, nobody on. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Myers sizes this one up. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Back here in Houston, we head to the bottom of the 5th. And the batter now, Jeremy Pena. The 1-1 is fouled off. Good job to fight that one off.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
Got him looking, and he did not like the call. So next up for Houston, Isaac Paredes. Here's a 1-1. High fly ball, right field. Marte going after it. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 down. And next to hit for Houston, Jake Myers. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Swing and a foul, pushed off to the right. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Back here at Dyken Park, top six. And here's the catcher, Luis Torrens.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Line drive, caught.
From up here, it looked like that liner might be splitting the gap in right center. That's one of those atom balls you just have to live with as a hitter.
Just
No,
missed.
that missed.
Right side, hard hit. Altuve slings to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th. 2 down, base is empty. Now it's the DH, Tyrone Taylor. That one the other way. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And we're back. And now the right fielder, Pedro Leon. Next pitch misses way outside.
Well, these Astros, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Out to short. Lindor on the first. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. Here's Taylor Trammell. That one pushed to the left and foul. Base is empty, 1 away here on opening day. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve.
Ball, that's up.
That one fouled off, 2-2. 2 outs. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Well, we know this, down 1 or down 10, Jose Altuve is not going to give away an at-bat.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Grounds one to short. Oh, what a stop. Fires to first, and that's a great play for the out. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
2-1.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
2-2.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-sized ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
Now up to hit, Francisco Lindor. The Mets up big in this one. Here in the top half of inning number 7.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun, and I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze, and it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled outfits like the Freeze wears?
Nah, that would have been a little too revealing for me at this age.
I feel you. And that one in there at the knees for a strike. And it's 1-2. That's down and in.
2-2.
Next pitch is downstairs. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Caratini up with it on to first. That completes the strikeout, inning over.
Now pitching for New
We're
York.
back in a new pitcher here to start the
Number
bottom of the
43.
7th. Huascar Brazoban.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
And stepping in for the Astros, Christian Walker.
Walker.
Next offering is fouled back. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled. Gets to it, on to first. Got him. One away on the strikeout. Victor Caratini getting ready to hit. The Astros with a lot of ground to make up here at the bottom of the 7th.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Swing and a bouncer out to short. Now the throw to first on the run. And they get the out. Now a chance for Mauricio Dubon.
Mauricio Dubon.
Missed with a changeup. And that's ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike. Hey! 2-2.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it drops in. And they have their first hit since the 3rd inning.
Pretty good fastball location. Down and in on the corner, but that was just a nice job to handle it and hit it hard. Very tough spot to get the barrel to most of the time, though.
Yeah, the batter now, Jeremy Pena.
Yeah!
Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
1-2.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Dubon, the runner at first with 2 gone. Ball in the dirt, and it gets away. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Now a long throw home. It's offline. The run comes in. The throw to second is offline.
A couple of singles back to back. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Now Isaac Paredes. Next one misses, and it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Man on second, 2 down. And there's a ball.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Hard hit, right side. McNeil gets it to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brian Abreu.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
And stepping in for New York, Jeff McNeil. In the air, foul off first. Walker hauls it in, and there's one away. So up next, Starling Marte. And 1-2.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
1-2 to count.
And misses inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 2 away. So up next for New York, Brett Beatty.
Brett Beatty.
And that's in the dirt. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And that is that.
Now pitching for New
Back
York.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Max Kranick.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And stepping in for the Astros, Jake Myers.
Center fielder, Jake Myers.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Outside. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still fires to first. And it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out. So digging in, Pedro Leon. 1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton.
1-2's the count.
That one
2-2.
missed. Swings and misses. Some high cheese for strike 3. Taylor Trammell, the next to hit.
Designated hitter, Taylor Trammell.
2 down, nobody on. Swings and misses. Now 1-2.
So far, all we've seen in this at-bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the Astros put down in order. We go to the 9th. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Luis Torrens. 2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. And down on strikes he goes. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Next to hit, Jose Siri. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Now batting.
And now Tyrone Taylor. Two outs. And now 2-1.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right
2
there.
balls,
Started
1 strike.
on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
And there's a ball.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Count is full.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the ninth. So bottom of the ninth. Now it's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. That one ripped left field. And it's off the out-of-town scoreboard.
Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Man at first, Christian Walker up next for the Astros.
But when a leadoff man gets on, you want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Now fly ball to right center. Marte sizing this one up. Puts it away for the out. Victor Caratini up next for the Astros.
Victor Caratini.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining. Here's the left fielder, Mauricio Dubon. And a foul ball. One strike away. Swing and a ground ball and foul ball. Here's a 1-2. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Sometimes it takes just getting away from home. Players can sort of come together, connect a little bit more than they do when they're at home with their families, and that can breed to success on the field, as we saw in this game today. Excellent win by this team.
6-1 is your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.